Hi, Alex. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Michelle. Thanks for having us.
Oh, there'd better be a miracle.
I think I can speak for all fans of my generation when I say that it's been an honour and a ride as well to have music of Arctic Monkeys being the soundtrack of our lives, really. And there's a new chapter called The Car. First and foremost, I was wondering how it feels to put this particular record out into the world this time around, Alex.
We are beside ourselves with excitement about it, I would say, at this point. Right, Matthew?
Yeah, it's just a long time coming.
There's just a, it feels like a matter of days now until it's going to be released, and it took a while to wrangle.
Mm-hmm.
And we're very excited that it's to finally be able to share it with everybody, and we've started to play some of the songs from it on stage now, and we've been enjoying that very much. So yeah, just brimming with excitement.
Matt, I was wondering, is there for this particular record a compliment that you would consider the biggest or nicest compliment if you haven't heard it?
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? What's like the best thing to hear about something like this? Yeah.
There have been some compliments, though. Certainly. Yeah.
Which one stood out?
I don't know. It's more like they've perhaps come from areas that you weren't expecting.
That's what it is.
People.
Yeah. People who don't usually take time out of the day to give you a compliment have given compliments. So I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in a couple of as well.
I'm calling you.
This might be it. You might have the one.
Oof. Okay.
No pressure.
So,
Yeah.
no,
Whatever it is.
None at all.
Go ahead and top it.
Yeah.
I think it's such a rich and adventurous and scenic record. I think the songs work so well together. It transports you, it takes you places, takes you on a journey. And I think one of the elements that really enhance the imagery that's already there are the strings. And coming from a rock background, Alex, I was wondering how much fun it was to actually create those arrangements and to shape them. Yes,
it was a great deal of fun doing that. Yeah, and it's the first time we've done that. That's not strictly true, actually, but I think to this extent.
Yeah.
And whenever we've done it in the past, I've not really been that involved with writing any of the lines, and got involved in that a little bit this time. Very much enjoyed those sessions and watching it all come to life, and I think hopefully there's a good balance on there. I think they play a key part in the feel of the record, but I hopefully they aren't too sort of distracted. I feel everything has its place. Hopefully, we spent a bit of extra time trying to make sure that was the case.
What would you say to those fans who are like, well, we miss the old Monkeys, we miss the rock part and the guitars? What would you say to those voices?
I don't think I can say on national television. No, I'm just kidding.
It's radio, so
I understand it, but I also don't necessarily care either, because that's still there. It's still there for everyone to enjoy. So you can go back, look back if you want to look back.
And I think even I think there is definitely still elements of that in this new record. It's like it's just sort of not constantly on all the time. Perhaps fair to say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. There's still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. There's still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. There's still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face.
Lyrically, since you're one of the best lyricists of a generation, I feel like this time around they're more cryptic in a wonderful way, almost, if you see, if you understand what I'm saying. And I was wondering if you could tell me something about the writing process lyrically for this record, for The Car.
I think for a long time it's become more interested in the idea of sort of getting everything, the words and the chords and the melody, to all be kind of pulling in the same direction, and to get some sort of cohesion between those things. And we end up speaking a lot about the words because it's easier to sort of speak about that stuff. But I only really think that they're one part of the puzzle from, I think.
Definitely. Because you said in an interview with the wonderful Annie Mac a couple of years ago that some of your favorite records feel like they're a place where you go to live in and move in for a little while.
Yeah.
And I was wondering which words you would describe for this one to describe the place that we can all move into.
Right, yeah. I do think that's, I mean, that's the way I would feel about all the records that I like.
A
but
dreadful
didn't
question
make.
of me to ask for your own baby then.
But I suppose that kind of description went with that last record because it's like the title of it or something. And
it is a place.
More of a place.
It was a place.
But I suppose this I think this one is too, and there is a bit of this record that it's not that different from the last one, but it is. I think it's not the same, but I think I think everything you do leads to the next thing, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
What's it like performing the new songs live? How do they feel for a crowd based on
Been good, yeah.
experience?
It's been good to see them come together from like when we first tried to play them together, like in a rehearsal, because some of them are quite complex, and like even it's just the arrangement or trying to achieve what we achieved on a record, but together and live. So it's been promising so far to like see that we could do it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been reminded of the fact as well that you have this recorded version of it, and then when it crosses the line onto, into a room full of people, it's forced to change, like almost like as you pass that threshold. And I think the ones that end up getting played for a long time are the ones that you are able to kind of exaggerate and to fit better in that setting. I've certainly found that with a couple. I think you learn a lot about the song once you sort of take it into that. Because in the beginning of the band, that was always, of course, the other way around, and we were on stage playing these songs way before we used to think less about the recordings of it. It was like that was just trying to make that as much, or capture as much as of the energy from the show as we could, and like, of course, it doesn't really work like that anymore. So, but yeah, some of these new ones, when we've been playing them out, have certainly come to life in a sometimes surprising way.
Yeah, because you're going to pass the threshold, is that the word? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tonight for a very small crowd, only a handful of fans for a band with 20 years in the business, global success and everything. How
20
are
years
these?
in showbiz, yeah.
What's it like playing shows this intimate?
I don't know, because I haven't really done it for a bit.
It felt good doing the sound check then.
Yeah.
It felt like it's going to be a nice room, a nice amount of people to do something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. We stayed up there for a while, so I feel like we were. I think it would be a good room.
Can it go bad with a sound check that you feel, this energy doesn't do the trick?
Yeah, but then there's also some room for improvement there, because by the time the gig happens and people come in, that could be different anyway. But it's never got worse.
Fortunately.
For me, yeah.
That's promising.
Don't get emotional, that ain't like you. Yesterday's still leaking through the room, but that's nothing new.
All right. There's a question from listener Letizia. You announced a European tour, so no Belgian dates. So she's wondering, what about Belgium?
Well, I don't think that'll be the end of it anyway, really. I'm sure there'll be... I think we're going to be doing this for a while.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. This is it. Thank you so
Great.
much for this conversation.
Thank you.
I'm going to go on air, and I'm going to love seeing you guys pass
Great. The threshold.
tonight
Yeah.
on stage. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Michelle. Nice speaking to you.